Hey guys, so some interesting news is coming out. Facebook has just agreed to buy WhatsApp for $19 billion. I know it says 16 billion here, but there's an extra $3 billion for compensation. I'll just go through the breakdown, you'll see what I'm talking about. This is actually a pretty large acquisition for Facebook because $19 billion is approximately 10% of Facebook's market cap. So you can see how that's pretty significant. Just in terms of the actual breakdown of the, the acquisition deal, it's $12 billion in stock, $4 billion in cash, and then $3 billion in restricted stock units for the founders and employees of WhatsApp. So the key founder of WhatsApp, Jan Koum, he's actually a pretty huge shareholder within WhatsApp. He owned, or I guess previously owned, about 40% of the actual overall share of it. So you can see how right now he's probably sitting on maybe $8 or $9 billion, give or take, while his other co-founder Brian Acton is around, I think it's less than just close to 20%. So he's on a couple billion there. I think it was around maybe 3 or 4 billion. So that's pretty significant. That being said, in terms of WhatsApp, if you're not really aware of it, I mean, I've heard it for the past couple of years. It was founded in 2009 by former Yahoo engineers. Currently, it has around 450 million users. Yeah, so this accumulates to around about $42 per user was what Facebook paid. So you can see how how Mark right here is kind of desperate for people. That being said, a little interesting tidbit about WhatsApp: about 70% of its users come back the following day. So if I'm on WhatsApp today, I'll come back tomorrow, check my messages, for example. While on Facebook, I think it's around 60%. So you can see how Facebook definitely wanted WhatsApp. WhatsApp has been growing significantly over the past couple of years. Like I said, it was founded in 2009. It's been around 4 or 5 years, give or take. So you can see how they've grown significantly. Started off slow, but after a year, really took off hard. So yeah, that's great for them, I guess. So that's pretty much it for that. $16 billion for an actual company, and another $3 billion for compensation. I don't know. Do you think that's a lot for Facebook? Like I said, it's 10% of their market cap, so I don't know. On top of that, apparently the scoop is that Mark proposed this idea to buy WhatsApp a couple of years ago. I think it was 2-3 years ago in 2010, and then Jan Koum, the founder, said no initially, but over the years, Mark really tried to convince him. And then recently, on February, whenever Valentine's Day was, Jan came over to Mark Zuckerberg's house, and then officially confirmed that he wanted to sell it, and then they worked on this, I guess, $19 billion deal. So it's interesting to see how this all happens. Hopefully this acquisition isn't a huge failure for Facebook. I mean, it really can't be. 450 million people connect. I mean, they can do some. I think there's a lot of potential with this for what Facebook can do. So I don't think it's that bad. But hopefully they didn't overprice it. And comment below if you think this is some sort of tech bubble. I mean, I've been hearing this a lot in the past couple of years. Valuing companies at $20-30 billion. And now here you see this WhatsApp valued at $20 billion. So, I can see how people are saying that it's some sort of imminent tech bubbles that's gonna burst, but I don't know. It's interesting to see what you guys have to say. So comment, rate, and subscribe.